Are you a little bit curious? Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new video. Thank you so much for joining me once again. If you're new here, my name is Martine and I try and create videos around how to harness that dormant creative spirit inside of you and monetize it to the rest of the world. So I'm going to be taking you through all of my numbers from October through to December. So let's just jump straight into it. Okay folks, so I created this in Illustrator and hopefully it'll be a good way to show you a good breakdown for each of the platforms that I have designs live on. I think it's important to see where your sales start peaking and where they start tapering off from October through to December on each of the platforms. So the main platforms that I upload to are RedBubble, TeePublic, Merch by Amazon, and very recently Etsy. I've added Design by Huion, Spreadshirt, and Displate at the bottom here as their own combined section because they're very small. I don't have much on any of them, but they do make the odd sale, so I had to include those as well. So I currently have 219 designs live on RedBubble. So what did we make in October on RedBubble? Well, let me just unhide this layer. Ta-da! 147.16. I know I have a largely American audience, so I have added the dollar value over here, so it makes a little bit more sense to you. Sorry, frog in my throat. So October was good. You know, it massively rose after a very quiet August, so it was nice to see a rise in sales. And at this point, I was really optimistic about what we could do in December. So I was happy with that. On TeePublic, where I have 73 designs live, the reason why it has so much fewer than RedBubble is I started TeePublic a lot later, and I tended to only add the designs that were actually selling on RedBubble to TeePublic. I've got a lot of just old terrible tat on my RedBubble shop I really need to get rid of, so hence the lower number. So let's get into October on TeePublic. We had £146.32 in October, which again was really nice to see, which made me more amped as the year went on. Merch by Amazon. Yeah, it's a time sink. You've got to do a lot more research. You've got to be really finicky about the tags you use. And I just found all my time was going on to merch. So the designs I have live, I'm on tier 500. I've got 82 live. I had more live, but as you know, after 90 days, they delete designs that haven't sold, which is fair enough. I think it's a really good system. And I haven't bothered to rework them and re-upload them at all. But the sales are chugging along, so I'm kind of leaving merch as it is to just continue to chug. But it's something I do want to spend a little bit more. Oh my gosh. Right, let me try and show you this crazy weather we've been having. It doesn't do it justice, but it is hail, and we had terrible winds yesterday. Anywho, back to the video. So, October on merch was £203.15. So I do make decent money from merch. So it's not something I want to discount completely. But like I said, it's just the time aspect. I found it difficult to upkeep the amount of time I needed to add fresh designs. So October on Etsy, I only have 19 designs live on Etsy. And let's see how the sales reflected that. £15. Woohoo! So for the rest of these, Design by Huion, Spreadshirt, and Displate, I didn't bother going and breaking it down by month. So their total is £28.21 for the whole of Q4. I've got 14 on Design by Huion, 3 designs on Spreadshirt, and 8 on Displate. Totals for October was a nice healthy 512 and 4p. Which, like I said, made me super optimistic about the end of the year. So when November came, right, it was weird. Things just took a little bit of a nosedive, but whatevs. So in a RedBubble on November. So 158.95, which was a little better than October. So on RedBubble's front, all was looking good. Was happy with that. TeePublic November, 95.80. So a little bit of a nosedive, but I wasn't losing hope just yet. Still thought we could pick up in December. Merch. By the way, these merch numbers are both the UK and the American marketplaces combined, with the American profits converted into pounds, just so you know. So November in merch was 129.24. So again, pretty decent for me anyway. Etsy. Woohoo! So November's grand total was 383.99p. So a little bit of a nosedive from October, but I still had hope. I thought, let's pull it out the bag for December. Let's see where we are with things. And bear in mind as well, these numbers are based on what I was paid on. For most cases, I'm paid around about the 15th, as you know, of each month. So the December number that I'm giving you is what I got paid on the 15th. It didn't mean I didn't get more sales in December, but I thought, let's just keep it nice and simple, and I'll give you the actual physical payment I received on each of the months. Okay, so for RedBubble December, we made 220.98, which is officially my highest that I've made on RedBubble, but it wasn't what I was expecting. I was hoping to double October's. That would have been great. Fell a little bit short of that, but I do think it's because of just pulling myself completely back from print on demand when I really should have been concentrating more on it in the lead up to the end of the year, but I had no time. I really did not have the time. Bit of a shame, but still my highest sales state, which I was still pretty pleased about. TeePublic December, 115.35. So a little bit better than the 95, not as great as I hoped. October kicked it out of the park revenue-wise, but still, I ain't complaining. Merch, 186.01, so just behind RedBubble in terms of income for the month. I was very happy with that number from merch. And finally, Etsy for December was 73.38, which was my highest income from Etsy. Please bear in mind, Etsy is a nightmare with regards to trying to work out your actual profit. That number is, again, just what came to me in my pay, what the email said that I got that month. So that's it. So the grand total for December was, ta-da, 595.72 pence. I'm pretty pleased that that was my overall best number for the quarter. Oh, the thunder's starting now. So I'm pretty pleased that on the whole, we beat October in December. So let's have a look at our best months. So December was my best month on RedBubble. October was my best month on TeePublic. Same with merch. And December was my best on Etsy. But in total, December was my best month. Okay, so let's look at the overall totals. Bear in mind this amount here is not added to any of these totals, but it will be reflected in the grand total for Q4. So RedBubble for Q4 total earnings were 527.09. Not bad. I need to blow my nose. Earnings for TeePublic were 357.47. For merch, 518.40, just behind RedBubble, which is pretty sweet. Merch came through for me for some nice little Christmas bonuses. That was surprising. I'm pleased with that. Etsy totals, 88.79. That's still money, and that's how I look at it. Yes, you always hope for more based on the work that you've put in, but anything that I get here is a bonus. It's money that I'm being paid directly as a result of making something that people actually like enough to buy. And that always surprises me, and it's always a bonus, no matter the amount. We know that total already, 28.21, and the grand total, 3 months worth of print on demand, let's say along 4 platforms and 3 bonus platforms, was £1,519.96, or $1,971.15. Not bad, guys. Not bad. I was happy, and it's nice. To be fair, I hadn't done this before making this video, so when I was preparing all the numbers this morning, it was actually nice to see, because things come in dribs and drabs, and sometimes it's hard to see what you've made overall, and to actually see it like this in black and white is nice. I feel good about the work I've done to achieve that pay packet for Q4. So I hope you guys had a brilliant Q4. I'm going to take it back to past Martine, which is actually future Martine, for you to wrap up this video. So I hope that was informative, everyone. Let me know how your Q4 was and what kind of levels you guys are at, because I'm sure there's a few people who are watching me who do much better than I do. So let me know. I'm always curious about the numbers, always curious about the numbers. And one caveat I want you to note, and I've said this before, is the numbers you've just seen are purely organic. I don't do any kind of promotion anywhere. So that's something I'm going to be looking forward to doing in preparation for Q4 2020. So we'll see how the numbers compare. I know I could have done better if I had applied myself a little bit more in the lead up to Q4. My main mission was to optimize my existing designs because I had no time. The run up to Christmas was crazy with client work, so I had very, very little time to spend on print on demand. And I felt it a little bit. The sales numbers were there, they were my best numbers, but I think they would have been so much better if I'd applied myself a little bit more, got some more new designs out, got more designs out. But we live and we learn. So I hope that was enjoyable for you guys. My next video, I'm going to be taking you through the whole of 2019 sales across all of my channels. So make sure you tune in for that one. And in the meantime, I'll say goodbye and you guys take care.